We're official.
Hey, cut.
Welcome to the I'm Not Sorry Show. I'm your boy Steve B.
I'm sorry, not sorry, bitch. Sorry, not sorry, looking for apologies. Sorry, not sorry, sorry, not sorry. I'm destroying all these wannabes. Sorry, not sorry.
Today is
August 21st.
Skinny. 3 weeks in a row, bro. I even look at it. It's written right there.
It's the 28th of November.
It is the August. How much weed did you smoke? Not sorry. We also have a new bell. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. The show is only getting better because now we have a little clipper thing.
We have ear damage. Thank God for ear protection that we don't have.
And we have a bell. So from now on, when you hear this, that means we're not sorry. All right. So it's 8:28, man. We had a crazy week.
Yeah, we did.
So I think we should just jump right into the review of the week.
The review of the week.
Yep. Which is going to be the lowest ratings ever for what we're going to talk about.
Yeah, the VMAs really tanked.
Man, the lowest ratings ever. And I remember when I was a kid, the VMAs was like you couldn't miss it and still be cool.
Yeah.
Like you had to watch it.
Every year.
Like some of the most memorable celebrity music like moments happened at the VMAs.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, I can't even remember anymore, man. My mind is shot. But I know Kanye fucked something up with Taylor
That was the Taylor Swift thing, and Beyonce was in the back crying, so Kanye came and took that mic and was like,
He's like, Beyonce, you deserve this.
Yeah.
Yo, Taylor, I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time.
Bruh.
yeah, Beyonce deserves that. Which is kind of weird when that's your homie's girl and you're up on stage.
Yeah.
But we ain't talking about that VMAs. We're talking about 2019, where 2019 VMAs, y'all probably know, Missy Elliott returned to the limelight.
Yep.
She actually killed it, in all honesty. She had a killer performance. I mean, she lip synced the whole thing.
Yeah, what's new though?
What's new? It's Missy Elliott.
Yeah, I mean, you know, give her a break. She's old.
She won the Vanguard Video Award, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
What I thought honestly was the highlight of the whole entire VMAs was actually a snippet of her performance, which was Alison Stoner. I don't even remember. Remember the Work It song?
Yeah.
Will you work it? Editing.
Here in.
Put that song in.
Yeah, I'll show it right.
Yeah, work it. That little girl, man, all grown up, still dancing, like on stage.
Fucking flies, man.
That was really cool.
Yeah. Just to see Missy Elliott, and it was a pretty epic thing that she did with the comeback of bringing the kid that, you know, was dancing in her video.
Yeah, every single famous video was like redone on stage, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was a really interesting, like, I just think because of how, you know, when we were growing up and watching it, there was so much more like national publicity with music
Yeah.
videos. Like you'd watch, you know, the making of
TRL.
Yeah, TRL, all the top. You know, now it's fully switched to, you know, digital billboard.
Very social media driven.
Yeah.
Like, you know, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I mean, not
Which
to
you can
mention-
follow us on.
Yeah, right.
Yep. Yeah.
But on not to mention on top of that, with VMAs, you know, it makes sense because with a lot of the albums that just came out, I was looking at numbers and people had, you know, the sales in the 17s and 18s and thousands in the first week, and then you look at the actual breakdowns and the sales were really in the 200s, you know, 150s. And dude, I've sold more than that. And so
Right.
it's unbelievable how not on them, but just the way the world is going with the sales of, you know, songs versus streams and then videos and how they, you know, do them, because it's not on TV anymore.
Yeah, no one really watches TV like that anymore.
No.
Like, remember TGIF? Like every Friday you had to go watch that stuff. Like, it ain't like that nowadays.
Yeah.
Like, you had everything on demand. Let's just be real. Everything's streamed and what have you. But not only did Missy Elliott make a comeback, apparently she needs her necklace back.
Yeah, someone jacked her.
Someone jacked Missy Elliott's necklace,
Someone
bro.
took her necklace backstage while she was working it.
Dude, how hood is Hollywood getting that you can't even keep your award shows together? Like,
I know.
you know what it was? It was the Cardi B effect.
Cardi B, you need to watch your Entourage. Jacking Missy's shit.
Bro, maybe it was Cardi. I don't know. I'm not saying it was or wasn't. But what I can tell you is did you see Cardi B's dress?
Yeah, it definitely had a statement and it wasn't hot.
Bro, there's a photo still frame of her like bending down, and it looked like she was in her 3rd trimester about to give birth.
Cardi B is like, I don't know, it's like a walking contradiction. You one day you're like dressed up in a business suit talking to Bernie Sanders. The next day you look like you just kicked it with Riley Reid and did a porno.
No joke.
And you're getting some kind of a porno award because there's music that you make, it's good, but I personally am not gonna be like, hey kids, Cardi B? Huh?
Dude, if you had a 10-year-old, right? And that 10-year-old, I don't care if it was a boy or girl, was like, Daddy, will you buy me Cardi B tickets?
I would say, where did I go wrong? Did I do something? Is this on me? Is this my fault?
Hell, bro, when you watch the award speech, like the funny thing is I'm not even allowed to make fun of Cardi B because people will think I'm racist because of how stereotypical she acts. Like she's like, yeah, we won this. I want to thank the director. The director, she does the videos, and my videos wouldn't look like that without my director. And I'm like, oh my goodness, her nails are longer than my fingers. Can you imagine the keep up you could do with those nails?
I was saying this to my girlfriend the other day. I'm like, how can girls even wipe their own ass with those kind of nails, dude? Like that's puncture wound status.
Do you think she pays someone to wipe her ass? Like,
I mean, I wouldn't put it past her.
Like she's like, hey yo, I just got done with my number 2. I need you to.
I need you to boudet me. Splash mountain.
No, but literally, you gotta go. Even if you do nothing else with this, not sorry. Even if you do nothing else with this video, okay, you need to go Google Cardi B's dress and look how ugly she was.
Bruh.
Alright?
On top of that, did you hear about Taylor Swift saying, what the fuck?
Right! And like it wasn't even on a mic, it was because they had the camera on her seat and they're like, Taylor Swift wins the video of the year. And she's like, what the fuck? To a friend, and people are losing their mind. Cardi B was about like one shimmy away from having her tits pop out like Janet Jackson in the Super Bowl commercial.
Well, to Janet Jackson's credit, if it wasn't for JT doing the nice little hand flips and pulling that off, the nipple would have never flown free.
True.
See, Cardi B, she restricted moving access because she knew that one quick move and
it was gone. It was out.
It's
No more VMAs or Super Bowl shows for you.
Yeah, no awards in person.
No, and I didn't even feel like she knew who she was thinking. I don't know if you felt that way too, but like when you watched her do the award speech, it was like, do you even know where you're at right now? Like
by the way of what she said and what Cardi was accrediting her award to, I don't know what award she got.
Okay.
Because Video of the Year was won by Taylor Swift.
So
you should thank the director. I don't know.
I don't know either.
My hands are tied.
Yeah, I don't know about it either. All I can say is Missy Elliott was dope. I liked watching the fact she brought back the little girl that we all remember and seeing her again. We'll give you a quick little rundown. Taylor Swift won Video of the Year. Artist of the Year was Ariana Grande. Song of the Year, I forgot to mention this. Lil Nas X and Billy Ray Cyrus won Song of the Year for Old Town Road. And it was just nice to see Billy Ray accepting another award again. Like he was all like, I'm just so grateful that I could be here. I want to thank God and Lil Nas X and like Johnny Cash once told me. Like, dude, everyone he said that speech to was like, who's Johnny Cash?
Yeah, who's Johnny Cash? Dewey Cox.
Hey, that was a great like parody of that.
Probably one of the best parodies off of like a real movie. I mean, there's some good ones, but
that was up there.
That was like a real movie. Like he made that.
It was good. Billie Eilish got Best New Artist. Shawn Mendes and Camila Cabello won for Senorita for Best Collaboration. which beat out Lil Nas, and I don't know how Lil Nas and Billy Ray didn't win that because they were everywhere this year.
Yeah, they have the longest standing #1.
Artist of the Year was Billie Eilish. What is up with Billie Eilish, people? What is your fascination? I have no clue. I don't get it. Jonas Brothers won Best Pop for their song called Sucker, which I just think is hilarious because if you listen to the Jonas Brothers, you are the biggest sucker.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Not sorry for all you teenagers that like that
That's a
crap.
I didn't even know they were.
So she won Best Hip Hop, Cardi B, for Money. And I want to thank my directors.
See, yeah, it's crazy. There's so many better albums and even songs that come
Dude,
out.
on the Best Hip Hop, this is who she beat out. I just want you guys to know this is who Cardi B beat out, okay? 2 Chainz, which I'm not a fan of, but whatever, ruled the world with Ariana Grande. She beat out 21 Savage, A Lot featuring J. Cole.
Which is a Savage song.
Which is sad, 21 Savage.
Yeah.
They also beat out DJ Khaled, or Khalid, or how do you pronounce that properly?
DJ Khaled.
Okay. Which, this is what blows my mind, is that I feel like if they were going to give anyone the award, they would have gave it to him because that was also featuring Nipsey Hussle, rest in peace.
Right. And John Legend.
John Legend, who's one of the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
So I don't know how they did that. They also beat out Lil Nas and Old Town Road, and then Travis Scott for Sicko Mode featuring Drake, which I'm not a fan of Travis Scott, so, I mean, in my opinion, that's just a male version of Cardi B, so that is what it is. And a bunch of other categories that you don't care about, like dance, rock, video for good, like, really? Like Taylor Swift wins video for good, like, really? You need to calm down, Taylor Swift.
Who's BTS?
The winner was BTS.
Okay, so it says best group, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Backstreet Boys are on there.
Yeah, 5 Seconds of Summer.
The Beatles aren't on there.
Right. But this is only for this year.
Well, Backstreet Boys?
They're back. Backstreet's back. All
I
right.
fucking quit.
That's the end of our review of the week, and we're not sorry. That was longer than we needed it to be. That's probably how everyone felt after watching the VMAs. Was like that was longer than it needed to be.
Or let me rephrase that. Not watching the VMAs, but watching the replay of the review highlights of the
Which
VMAs.
is what we did to make this video, absolutely. Because you know we didn't actually watch that, right? I was fishing, and he was smoking.
I was doing something, lost my own mind.
Yeah. So there you guys go. That was the review of the week. The VMAs 2019. No one actually cared about. No, your turn to start us out, Skinny.
Hey. Welcome to the I'm Not Sorry show, and I'm Skinny P.
And I'm Steve B, and that's why I start the intro.
Right? So, dating advice for people of today.
I have a bone to pick.
You know, Roy Mercer, shout outs.
Okay, so before we get into the bone to pick, I think we should give a little bit of advice. I think that there's, it's just so much different nowadays. We talked about it in the first episode about how much different dating is nowadays versus the 90s or 80s or really any other time of life.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say it's dating anymore. We gotta come up with a new word.
So, sexualities have changed
since
the last time dating was talked about. It used to be really simple. When a man loves a woman. Now that song has to have a lot of added things in there.
There's a lot of words that I just don't understand anymore.
Well, we have the whole LGBT community, right? And everyone's a freak nowadays. Let's just be honest. You have BDSM, you have bondage, you have people like to be peed on, people like to be pooed on, people like to be dressed up as babies and have diapers on them and walk around. You have furries who like to wear tails. You have role players. You have naysayers. You have safe word users.
Player haters.
You have player haters. You have hustlers, cheaters, beaters.
Safe word users.
Chris Brown, beaters.
I won't get up unless I use a safe word.
How do you tell someone in 2019 that you're a freak? That's the topic of the first half of the segment of Dating Advice for People Today. If you like to pee on someone, Skinny, if that's your thing, do you just walk them in your bedroom and there's tarps laid down everywhere?
And they're like, are you killing me or peeing on me? I'm like, well, it depends.
I call this the Dexter.
How's your skin?
It puts the lotion on!
The thing with the freakiness of how do you get someone, because it's an interesting door to open.
I want to be choked slammed up against the wall, and I want you to call me mommy.
It's like, okay, I kind of don't want any charges put against me in this relationship.
But how do I let you know that that's what I'm into, Skinny Pete?
Well, there's certain things that you do. You know, one of them.
So there's do's and don'ts.
Yeah, there's do's and don'ts.
Okay, what's the do's?
Okay, the do's I would say is communicate. You know, tell your partner what you like instead of the guy in your Snapchat inbox. You know, like just simple stuff like that.
But how do you start it off? You just be like, I like to pee on you?
I mean, I wouldn't.
Like, do you just play the Dave Chappelle version of R. Kelly and be like, I
It's
want to
like-
piss on you. Sip, sip, sip.
You don't want to be that brash, but you know.
So that's a don't.
Some people,
Don't do what I just did.
I just would have. I'm just kidding. I don't know, you know, because there's different economic classes with sexuality, I guess you could say. And so, what, you know, say the girl you want to bring home to your mom, I'm sure you can't say certain shit to the girl that you banged out at the trailer park. You know what I mean? There's certain economic...
Which, by the way, that's an observation, not racism.
That is very observational, right? And so, you know, and they know.
They know.
They know what it
They
is.
know.
You know?
Every girl knows what the walk of shame is the second they start to walk.
Yeah, and so, and the biggest thing with being openly freaky is being like, there's a leeway there, like a grace area into it. You don't just reference movie 43 if you've ever seen that movie. You know, because
I was going there.
Yeah,
I was going there.
she's like, I want you to take a poop on me, and he's like, I just gotta take a shit, and so like it gets way worse than what it is. But
So what you're saying is be honest, but ease into it.
yeah, 'cause
Like,
it's
don't just be like, I want to poop on you. Be like, hey, have you ever been pooped on?
Yeah, have you ever, like, I'm not gonna pee on you when we're in the bedroom if I don't have one of those pee sheets. Let's
Right.
just be real.
Or maybe start off in the shower.
Yeah, hey, do your feet itch? Do you got athlete's foot? I can pee on them for you. You know?
Like, do you think someone likes to pee on someone, like when their significant other gets a jellyfish sting? They're like, yeah.
Thank God. About time you got stung. I was wondering when that thing was gonna attack.
No, but like, what about this whole BDSM thing? Like, where you have to, like, you get chains, whips, 50 Shades of Grey. You know, every BDSM person I've ever talked to is like, that's a bad representation of what BDSM really is. And I'm like, gosh
I've
damn.
never looked into it that much, but the cover of the book says differently.
Right? So, like, when you're into that, like, do you, like, have a special closet? Or, like, when you take them home at the first time, you just have all your chains laying out and you're like, hey, now you know?
Well, realistically, it's more like, you know, like an Italian movie, you know, and I'll explain. You know, say I'm into BDSM, this is what I would do.
Okay.
I would get a giant ass trench coat that had a bunch of clips on it. So when I open it up, I'm completely naked, and there's hundreds of options to choose from. Which one do you want? We got the swords, and we got the axes.
Well, what's crazy, if you're into BDSM, you have to choose whether or not you're dom or sub.
Yeah.
Right? Are you submissive or are you dominant, right? And those are things that you've got to figure out on your own. But what I have noticed from talking to a couple people this week about this topic is that there's actually like forums, there's different pages you can go on to find like-minded individuals, and then you can just be as freaky as you want and upfront as possible from the get-go. Like, there's actually like dating sites and stuff just for BDSM.
Yep.
So if you're into BDSM, take a look at some of those BDSM pages. If you're into peeing on people, take a look at the peeing on people pages. You know, like in your Tinder profile. You know, maybe
Yeah.
throw like swipe left if you don't like to be peed on.
Yeah, you know, maybe if you're.
Why are we on this pee on thing? Like, that's the only freaky thing you can do is pee on people.
I mean, I guess, because, I don't know, maybe, because I look at that as pretty freaky.
That's freaky
You know?
as fuck.
I wouldn't say, like, most other shit that we've talked about is that freaky, but, you know, pissing and shitting on someone is pretty fucking gross.
So what about safe words? How do you, like, okay, first off, I apparently am not a freak, okay? Because I don't know what could happen in the bedroom to where I would actually need a safe word that stop or please don't
Yeah.
doesn't work.
No.
Like, I don't know what part of sex, like, someone could be ramming me. I'm like, stop, don't. And they're like, I don't know what that means. That's not petunia. That's the safe word. It needs to be petunia.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what's going on in your bedroom to need a safe word, but if you do, I would suggest pick one that's easy to say. Like, one of my friend's safe words, I can't even make this up, is chicken gizzards. And I just feel like if I was being choked, trying to say chicken gizzards to get him to stop
They were like, you like that, baby?
Like, it isn't even gonna come out and be like, yeah, I'm your chick. I'm your chick. No, yeah, you like that, don't you? No, give it. Like, I don't know how that would play out, but like, I do feel like if you're gonna have a safe word, it should be something easy, like, stop.
Or like, look at the fucking look I'm making. My face is blue. My eyes roll back in my head.
Like, do people not pay attention to their partners? Like, I know you blindfold your partner, but do you blindfold yourself?
What's that fucking TV show?
Stevie Wonder sex? Oh.
No, it's the one with the blindfold that they have to go out in public.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't remember what it is. It was a meme movie, but whatever.
All right, he could put that link right here.
And also, on the freaky part of it, you know, if you're a freak, you know, there's just some shit people don't want to see on Instagram.
No, it's true story.
And it's just like, we don't want to see some of that weird stuff, because that's private.
Yep.
You know, it's cool to indulge into crazy sex stuff and do all your, you know, your things that you want to do.
Yep.
But always remember, if you have a partner, take their feelings into consideration and don't do shit behind their backs.
Yep.
And if you also are a freak and you like crazy shit, practice safe sex. You know, don't be going out doing stuff without a condom. And
I have a new song for you. It's gonna be your next big hit. Grab the tip and roll it down, roll it down. Grab the tip and roll it down, roll it down.
That's the new hit single, Reservoir Tip.
Brought to you by Trojan.
Brought to you by Trojan and SKYN condoms.
So, I think that we help people out. Be honest, be upfront, find like-minded individuals. If you're not sure if that person's into it, ease into it with some questions. Be real. If you're into swinging or whatever, always be honest, right? Yeah. Be honest, all right? Don't.
And if you're gonna ask for something that's crazy and weird, some crazy sex shit, and then your partner asks for some crazy weird sex shit, don't turn it down. Be equal.
Yeah, have you seen the Adam Sandler Netflix special where he asked his wife to give up anal?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The whole time, he's like, he really wanted his wife to give up anal, and she's like, I'm not into that. And he's like, honey, I've never cheated on you. I've been with you for like 20, 30 years. I don't really have anywhere else to go to get this anal thing, and this is something that I really want to try. And like, you know, so finally on his birthday, Adam Sandler's wife decided to, you know, give up anal, and she was actually surprised. She goes, she liked it. She couldn't even like possibly fathom that she got her whole fist in Adam on the first try. But you know, that was important to Adam, you know, and like, it took him 40 years to come out and say that. So, you know, be honest in the get-go. Don't wait 40 years.
Yeah, get your ass fisted.
Now, I have something to talk about that was actually, do we want to cut and come back to this one? We're going to cut and come back to this, guys, because I have something that was brought to me by customers that they really need us to talk about, and we talking about it.
Boners.
And now a word from our sponsors.
Welcome back to the I'm Not Sorry Show. I'm your boy, Steve B.
And I'm Skinny Pete.
And we want to give a quick shout out to our sponsor, Hawaiian Vapor Highway 99. And Skinny Pete, do you know what they're doing for us this week?
I don't, Steven. Tell me.
They're going to take $10 off of every bottle of liquid.
That's insane.
That is insane.
That means you should come down and mention this show, right? And then you probably get $10 off, is what I'm assuming?
Every bottle.
Wow.
Which there's no limit on. So you can come buy 100 bottles, Skinny.
Wow. Sounds like you should come down and buy 100 bottles right now.
Or one.
100.
All right. We really wanted to make sure we thanked our sponsor before this next segment.
Yeah, big shout out to Hawaiian Vapors for everything. Coils, juice, hospitality.
And if you're not Hawaiian Vapor, this could have been you. But you didn't email us for the sponsorship, so.
Nope. You still can, though.
Not sorry. Welcome back to the I'm Not Sorry Show. This is
Skinny Pete.
And I'm your boy, Steve B. Man, my favorite segment's coming up. I love this segment. And every week, I'm going to keep saying this until he finally tells me what it is. But every week, he doesn't tell me what it's going to be until the day of. And so now we have Stony Thoughts with Skinny P.
I have one that's for the record books this week. The stoniest thought.
Hold up. Who's it brought by?
Our stony thought of the week is brought to you by Hawaiian Vapor.
Gotta make sure we get paid, man.
I know, right? Okay, jokes in.
All right, we're good. Stony Thoughts.
So, stony thoughts of the week. A lot of people don't know what the right decision is, right? In different ways.
I feel like this is already a Stony Thought.
Yeah, it is. A lot of people don't know what the right decision is.
About?
One thing I always tell people is 2 wrongs don't make a right, but 3 lefts do.
Holy shit, I get it!
When you don't do it right, just turn 3 times and you will.
That's like the old saying that if you're going through hell, just keep going.
Yep, keep going. Eventually, the burn won't hurt as bad. They say it gets different, not better.
You know, I like this stony thought because that was the first one that I had to actually scratch my head until I got it, and I was like, oh.
You don't know until you know, Nilla.
Hey! How not to be racist, my Nilla.
So, essentially,
The skit's over.
the skit is over,
Our director is trying to tell us to cut, but doesn't want us to cut, but we wanted to cut.
and so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into an insane dance monologue.
That's much harder with no
I
music.
know, my head's like,
I like that you did that. Your beard shake like my balls when I'm trying to clean off the. Oh, sorry, babe.
Hey, Corsi.
That's the ultimate flavor saver.
Yeah. Hey, if I ever need like some extra juice, I'll just throw it in right here, tie up a little loop on the bottle. I could sneak it into events, parties. When they try and touch the beer, but I just comb this shit, man. What are you doing?
Ken, why are you still filming this shit? Alright, guys. For our last segment of the day, we didn't know what the segment was going to be. We didn't know where to fit this in at, but we wanted to kind of talk about it. And so we decided to make a new segment called the I'm Not Sorry Rant of the Week with your boy Skinny P and Steve B. So Skinny, you kind of picked this one out.
Yeah.
We had 3 options, and we're going to tell you that these other 2 options will be done in later videos. So stay tuned if you want to hear about reparations for black people, or is MAGA, Make America Great Again, really racist? But today we're not talking about either one of those.
We're gonna talk about something that it's a sensitive subject to sensitive people. But I'm not sensitive, so I'm not sensitive to it. Transgender athletes in sports.
Dun dun dun!
So in this sense, you know, I have no fucking problem if you want to cut your dick off and do whatever you want. Do your thing. Do your thing. I'm all in support. I have friends that are about that. I'm all for it. One of my good friends is in transition currently.
Yep, mine too.
Do your thing. You know what I mean? I'm not going to ever hate you for it.
Or judge.
Or judge. Nothing.
Yeah.
I'll support you and I'll treat you just like I did before because you're a human being who has feelings.
Absolutely.
See, this is where I get a little interested and kind of frustrated as if I'm a bigger dude, right?
Right.
I'm 225 pounds.
Wow, you look good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, man.
Pilates.
It's been Pilates.
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out. So what essentially is the thing that really is that ticks my gears is if I had transitioned, say right now, right?
Yeah.
And then I just decided to go, give the UFC a call and say let's make a female heavyweight division. I'll probably take the reins. I'm not even gonna lie.
Well, what's that girl doing right now?
Fallon Fox.
Yeah, that's the one. She's destroying the competition.
Absolutely, because the thing is what people don't get is, okay, so if I'm a pre-puberty child, right, how am I gonna ever, it's weird to me because I can't legally make decisions for myself.
Yep.
Right? And my brain's not developed, so how can I make a life-changing altercation at such a young age?
Right.
Not to say that,
It's right or wrong.
yeah, I'm not saying that, I'm just saying I couldn't physically see myself being able to comprehend a thought like that before puberty. And to make it actually logical for someone that is of opposite sex to compete in, say, a female sport, they would have to go through the surgery pre-puberty.
Right.
Because after that, if you're a man, you have gained male traits.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I see what you're saying.
pre-puberty.
I'm
So-
following.
Yeah, so you've grown into your male body. You're growing into it. And so you have more muscle mass in different areas that women wouldn't.
I see that. Yeah, but even in like high school sports, transgendered males are going into like female wrestling and stuff like that, and they're destroying competition. Like, it's all over Facebook, Instagram, the news, you name it. Like, there's so many transgendered athletes right now that are literally dominating the other sport. And sadly, it's not the females transitioning to the male world. That isn't really happening. It's the people that were born with dicks and they cut them off, they're dominating in those classes. Now, my thing is that either make everything all one, right? Like make everything. Like there's no such thing as a gendered sport anymore, right? So the NBA can now let WNBA players, it's not like anyone saw a live televised WNBA game anytime recently, ESPN the Ocho. But nothing, like no more divisions, no more nothing. You might as well just make it just one big thing, or you have to give transgender people their own league. And I've decided that if we do that, we should call it the ICMDOL. All right, it's the I Cut My Dick Off League. No, then it'd be fair. All the people that cut their dicks off can all compete with each other.
There's no hate involved in this situation. It's just straight
Keep it together.
straight equality. I don't know what to say.
I do. If you cut your dick off,
Join the ICMDOL.
show the ICMDOL.
Membership fees are $395 a year.
I'm the new Dana White.
It's like Bellator and UFC combined. We're about to start a transgender MMA fight league. If y'all want to start it up with us, you can email her.
And I think that the ICMDOL shouldn't even just be fighting. I think it should be anything they want to do.
It's like baseball when they're like, we tried intramural sports leagues.
I really hope we put that segment up.
I will.
No, but seriously though, the thing is that that I get it's all about your feelings, right? And if you want to cut your dick off, whatever. I'm not trying to hurt your feelings or anything. What I'm saying is that you're hurting the feelings of poor little girls out there who are doing everything they possibly can to compete, and they have someone that is literally athletically more superior.
Yeah.
And I'm not sorry if that offends you. Because gosh damn it, like he said, you went through puberty. Like, even in G.I. Jane, they had to give her a couple things, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, she took a beating at the end, bruh, and she's a badass, but like, come on, dog. Like, for real? Like, you're gonna go get a girl and let her fight Mike Tyson? No! Because she'd be dead, that's why. So what if Mike Tyson decides to cut his dick off right now and join the women's boxing league?
It looks like Mike Tyson's got a saver and a champ.
It's Michelle Tyson now. I don't appreciate you identifying him that way.
Oh, that's messed up.
Is that, that's an observation.
No, I think the whole situation in it is comical. You know,
It is. I think if you can't laugh at it, then I'm gonna tell you.
You know, and Joe Rogan touched on it, who's an MMA expert.
Yes.
He has a black belt. He sits ringside at fights, so he's an announcer. He knows what he's talking about. And if he's touching on it, I think it's more than okay for us as people that offend other people for fun. You know, we want to talk about it.
Listen, I don't have a problem with you being transgendered, okay? But it's not going both ways, all right? If you grow a dick, all right, you're not coming in and fucking shit up. You're not messing up the game. Like, some of you might really compete well. I'm not saying that you're not. But I also feel that Sue Bird should be in the NBA. Like, I'm a firm believer that she doesn't need to do a transition. She's just lesbian, right? Which so am I, so we have a lot in common.
Yeah, we both love women.
Yeah, but I think she's good enough to be in the NBA. She's a Steve Nash type passer. She has a great shot. She has a great IQ for the game, but she's not allowed into the NBA. But if she were to grow a dick, she could. And I think that she'd be just fine. Do I think she's going to be the next Michael Jordan to the NBA? No. But if Michael Jordan were to cut his dick off, he would be the best WNBA player in the fucking world.
Yeah.
And that's not fair.
No.
I want to say that if you're saying that we should all judge everyone and make them all equal, that's fine, but it's all about being fair.
Yeah.
It's sure not fair when you're hurting the other sports because of something that is out of the control of competition.
Yeah, like, and we can't talk about one thing and not touch on this, because if we have a problem, say, like, with Chris Brown beating women, right? You know.
What if he cut his dick off? Now is it okay?
Well, I mean, it's just interesting because this guy gets to beat the shit out of women for a living.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he literally does.
Fallon Fox.
Yeah, and so that's just an interesting subject. You know, and if we're gonna look at people that do that and then judge them for it, we can't say how is Chris Brown coming to Portland? Why are they allowing him and then be excited for the next Johnny Depp movie?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we got to look at everybody has not enough information on things that they support, and then will easily discredit things that they don't want to support because other people don't.
Right.
And it's like, we are individuals, we can choose.
Hey, and I'm all about supporting transgendered sports, which is why if you're a transgendered athlete, please join my ICMPLE.
It'll be a good investment for you and your future career, because then we won't talk shit about you beating up the sex that you weren't originally.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
we're not sorry. We want to thank every single one of you guys for watching our show. We want to thank Hawaiian Vapor, our wonderful sponsors. We want you guys to like, subscribe, share, tweet, twat, all that good stuff down here. There's no thing here. We have to edit that in, so I'm really just pointing to my penis, which I am not going to cut off.
which is interesting because that looks like a leg.
Hey. So, once again, thank you so much for doing the show, Skinny. It's been a pleasure.
And we're not sorry.
Not even a little bit.
Remember,
I'm sorry, not sorry, bitch. Sorry, not sorry, looking for apologies. Sorry, not sorry, sorry, not sorry. I'm destroying all these wannabes. Sorry, not sorry.